How's it going, traders? Going to do a long video today, talk about a trade I took on Uber, as well as a little bit of ranting. So first things first, consistency. A lot of people ask this question, a lot of beginners ask this question. How long does it take to be consistent? How long until I'm consistently profitable? And if you go out there on YouTube, people are going to give you answers. Oh, trade my system, you'll start making money next week. Or follow this plan that I have and you'll be trading like a pro in 3 months. Some will be more honest with you. They'll tell you, it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, right? Honestly, those answers are all trash. They're garbage. Don't listen to that stuff. Why am I saying that? Why am I so confident in saying that? Well, first things first, 90% of people fail, right? So how can you provide an answer that gives a timeline of consistency of when you're going to succeed, when the probabilities are stacked against you that you're going to fail? But more importantly, right? Number two is they don't know you as a person, right? How can someone give you an answer for how long it's going to be consistent when day trading at its core is 90% mental, 95% personality based. It's between the ears, right? Emotional psychology, that's what it comes down to. So how can someone give you an answer if they don't know you? And this is why I kind of put this little triangle together here, right? A lot of people, they start looking in the wrong places when it comes to trading, right? They look at someone else's system. Hey, what's that guy doing? He's making $500 a day. What's this guy doing? He seems to be good at that. Let's copy him, right? But they fail to see that all these things are a function of you, right? Internal. How are you as a person? What's your history? What are you good at? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? How emotional do you get? What's your reaction time? What's your risk tolerance? What patterns do you see? What time of day are you better at trading? All these things are really at the crux of what it takes to be consistent and what you should be doing every day, right? And this is another thing, the question of consistency. How am I going to be consistent? Well, a lot of people aren't consistent in their actions, right? How are you going to be consistently profitable if you do one thing on Monday, you do something else on Tuesday, and Wednesday you go back to what you did on Monday, Thursday you do trying something else what that guy did because you saw a recap, Friday you're trying this and that. In order to have consistent results, you need to have consistent actions, right? Repeatable actions. So that's a little tangent here, but if you break trading down to its core components, right? If you boil it down to the most basic thing, what is trading? What is day trading? One, strategies and patterns. We try to find patterns, strategies, setups that repeat themselves every single day. And depending on you as a person, you are going to be able to trade different patterns better than others, right? Are you good at the open? Can you scalp really fast? Do you need to wait the first 5 minutes? Do you need to wait the first 15 minutes? I've seen people who trade really good after 10 o'clock when all the volatility's died down, right? Some people are just better at certain things than others, right? Some people are good at spotting longs. Personally, I see longs better than I see shorts. I don't know why that is. Right? So strategies and patterns, function of you. What are you good at doing? Because honestly, the strategies and patterns, guys, a dime a dozen. You can go out there on YouTube, you can go download PDFs, read as many books as you want. They're limitless. There's an infinite number of ways to trade. I say that over and over again, right? The goal is to find what you are good at, right? And then number two, trade management. This comes down to you as a person. Are you antsy? Are you impatient? Do you partial too soon? Do you not honor your stop loss because you feel guilty or whatever it is, right? This comes down to you. Everyone's going to manage trades differently. Some people get out at break even if it comes back to them because they have the experience based on how long they've been trading. They have some intuition built. They know when things aren't going to work out. The probability is diminished to a point where there's no point in being in the trade anymore. Other people who are a little more patient, they'll let it test their stop or whatever it may be, right? So this comes down to you. Are you able to sit here and let a trade work out, or do you need to actively be managing it, pressing hotkeys, whatever that is, right? And you guys know I've slowly moving towards a more mechanical trade management style because I know myself. I know that if I sit here and watch every tick, I'm going to give myself a heart attack by the time the market closes, right? So I'm now going for 2R. 2R, all or nothing. Either stop me out or give me my 2R. I don't care, right? And long-term probabilities. This is thinking in probabilities, guys, what Mark Douglas is talking about. I know that the math is on my side with a 50% accuracy rate. That's half decent. And then it comes to risk and money management. So this kind of can be broken down further, right? Risk. How much are you going to risk per trade? 1%, right? That's what we say. Never risk more than 1%. A lot of beginners are out here trying to make $500 a day with $5,000 accounts. Not realistic, guys. It's not happening. You're risking way too much. All it takes is a small losing stretch for you to bleed your account down to a point where there's no, you just have to close it down, right? And then also, money management. How many trades are you allowed to take in a day? How much capital are you going to put at risk every day? Are you stopping after minus 3R? Are you giving yourself like $1 max loss? Are you stopping after how many trades you took? Stopping after 5 trades a day? You limit yourself there. Et cetera, right? So again, it's gonna be different for everyone, guys. Everyone sees different strategies. Everyone is gonna manage trades differently based on their personality, and everyone has different risk tolerance, whether they're willing to trade past goal or whatever it is, whether they attempt to overtrade into the day, etc., etc. So that's basically the triangle, the consistency triangle. What I'm trying to get at here is start internally, right? Start internally and then figure these things out. Maybe reach out to a trading buddy, sit down and do an evaluation, right? And just say, hey, here's my trades for the past 3 months. Here's a sample size. Tell me, what am I good at? What am I not good at? And work with each other to figure out, there's obviously some patterns you're better at recognizing than others. Maybe you're partialing too soon. Maybe you should create a rule for that, or maybe you're not stopping out. You're going to use hard stops, etc., etc. And then there's this aspect. Do you tend to give it all back? Are you risking too much? Do you probably cap yourself at X amount of trades per day? Should you stop at one and done? Which is what I try to do, because history has proven if I go past one and done, yeah, some days I'll kill it, right? Some days I'll make 4R or whatever, but other days I usually give it back, and then things can spiral out of control there if you don't have the self-restraint. Right, so sit down with a trading buddy of yours and evaluate these things, right? But again, 99% mental, personality-based day trading. Ignore those people giving you generic answers, because they don't know you as a person, guys. It's all between the ears, psychological and emotional. And that's why it's very difficult to answer those questions. Sorry, I know this is a very long rant here, but I can't reiterate this enough. It's very difficult to answer the question how long it's going to take for me to be consistent, because this is, again, personality based, starts with you, and the technicals, all this other stuff should be a function of you as a person. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's talk about the trade I took on Uber today. So Uber, Andrew took it on a 2-minute opening range breakdown. That was awesome. That was a really nice move. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. So he took it as soon as it broke here at 38 and change. And I didn't take that trade. I was watching some other stuff. That was a nice 2-minute orb. So I waited for this little bear flag setup here, right? Big red bar, small consolidation candle. I'll take it as soon as it breaks, and then we get a Tetris shape. So I put my 2 to 1 here, put my stop above this bar, which happened to be the 200 moving average as well on the 1-minute chart. And I put my target down here at 37.35. So as you can see, we flushed and I got skipped. I didn't reach my target here. It pulled back to the MA, above the MA, tested my break even tested my stop here, guys. And this again comes down to you as a trader. A lot of people would have gotten out at break even, maybe they would have got back in. Personally, for me, I know that when I get out at break even, usually I'm hesitant to get back in, or if I get out at break even, I'll usually go the other direction, try to flip positions and end up being wrong. So personally, my history is that just respect the original stop. This is still valid. It's still below the VWAP. It still hasn't even touched the 2-minute moving averages, and obviously a big bearish candle on the 5-minute chart, right? So I let it come back, didn't stop me out, and then we went for a second leg down. Again, I got missed by a few pennies, but the trend is still down, right? If you look at the 15-minute chart, that's a solid red candle, and we're about to create a 15-minute orb, and that's basically where I got filled, right down here. Keeping in mind that I knew that previous day close was probably going to be tested. When you get this close to the previous day close, it's like a magnet, as Andrew teaches us, right? Price is just going to get pulled down here. I don't care if you gapped up or not, right? And that's what happened. It got pulled, did a double bottom, and off we went the other direction. So that's basically the trade. And this is working for me, guys. A lot of people ask me this question in the chat room. How's that 2R all or nothing working for you? It's working great. It honestly wish I'd found this much sooner in my career. And often you will get stopped out. Often it'll test your break even, and if you want to be experienced, if you want this experience to be a little more stress free, give this a shot, guys. Give this a shot, because for each trade that doesn't work out, you lose 1R. For each trade that does work out, you get 2R. Right? That's a positive expectancy if you believe in statistics and probabilities. And over time, if you can get pretty good hot streaks, these 2Rs, they can pile up, right? And when you're hot, you're hot. And then if you look at the -1R aspect, when you're not, you pull back. 1R, small losses. And that's how you want to see your equity curve going up, right? It's a moving average trend trade. You want to pull back to the trend line, but you never want to break it, right? A lot of people are boom and bust traders. They'll do this and they'll bust, come back up and bust. Right? So I used to be a part of this group here last year during my trading career when I wasn't, I was taking good setups. I just wasn't good at managing the trades. It didn't suit my personality. So now I'm doing this 2R all or nothing. I put my range order, I sit back, I relax. I either get stopped out or hits my target. I move on to the next trade. No reason to get emotional because there's absolutely nothing I could have done differently there. Okay, so that's a very long rant. I know it's just Tuesday. I don't want to be ranting too early in the week, but that's the recap, and that's the rant. That's the triangle. If you like me, thumbs up. If you hate me, thumbs down. If you want me to kill myself, comment down below how you want me to do that. Take care.